Hey, 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 chat, stream, hey, how's, how's it going? Hi, how's it going? How is everybody? Welcome to another Friday stream. Almost said Monday. Really getting my days mixed up. This has just been like a blur of a week, honestly. Like, my head is barely on straight. Speaking of which, I got a bit of a headache, so sorry if I took some Motrin like right before the stream started, but I'm sorry if my energy level isn't as at its usual levels. I'm still excited to stream tonight. Um, we'll see how the stream goes. The the big thing is Nintendo Direct was pretty good, huh? Nintendo Direct was pretty cool, wasn't it? I had a good time. I had like a really good time. That was a really good Direct. Like none of my predictions came true, except for the stuff I said wasn't gonna happen. Like I think I said we wouldn't get Metroid Prime 4, and I was right about that. Um, but yeah, I was mostly surprised. I think largely because I didn't really call what like the scope of things would be, right? This like after I kind of sat back, I realized like, oh, these are some projects that like some of them I really have wanted for a long time. Um, but they're also like kind of lower budget than Nintendo's like craziest stuff. Like there were no Tears of the Kingdom scale games announced at this direct. There were no Mario Odyssey scale games announced at this direct. Or shown even, right? Metroid Prime 4 will probably be on that scale, but it wasn't shown. Um Instead it was kind of a bunch of like really cool but like lower budget, lower scope games. And that made it kind of apparent. That made it kind of sink into me that we were probably getting the Switch 2 like pretty soon. Like I think they're gonna announce that next year, and we'll get that sometime next year. Um, because this direct, I liked this direct a lot. It did make it feel very much um, like all of Nintendo's A teams are busy working on Switch 2 stuff right now, and this is what the B teams are working on for the Switch 1. That was the vibe I got. Even though that was the vibe, this was a really cool direct. I thought it was a great direct. Yeah, yeah, me too. I thought it was a great direct. Um, so last week, do you think they'll call it the Switch 2 or give it a confusing name that negatively impacts sales? I hope they call it the Switch 2. I hope they just learned their lesson, you know? Um they call it the Switch 2, but they do it by putting the Roman numeral 2 like in the middle of the word Switch. So people just call it the Switch. That's what's I don't want that to happen, but that's what we should brace ourselves for. We should brace ourselves for the Switch. And then like I'll be at the pawn shop. I'll be like working like in a year, and people be like calling me, be like, "Hey, you got the new Switch?" And I'll be like, "Do you want the Switch with one eye or with two eyes?" They'd be like, "I don't know. What's the new Nintendo game?" And it's like, you probably mean the one with two eyes, right? Does it have Does it have googly eyes like on the top of it? Because that'll be the new feature. Yeah, it got the googly eyes. Okay, you want the Switch. You want the Switch with two eyes. If anyone, if you're, if you're asking for it, make sure you say the Switch with two eyes. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir. You got any? No, we don't have any. They've been sold out for months. Anyway, I don't know what that I'm ready to I'm ready to do whatever I'm gonna do tonight. Calling it the Switch is a bad idea, but I kind of want them to do it now. Thanks. No, you don't. You don't want this. You don't realize that you don't want this yet, but you don't. I promise. I know that I don't because it's going to impact my work. It's going to impact me communicating with people about video games that don't know what video games are really. I am eating lasagna soup off screen. I kind of ran out of time to have dinner before the stream started. So, um, so I'm having some of that in quick bites. Nintendo hasn't really used numbers in their consoles iteratively anyways. Yes, that is true. Um, and I do think that they're actually going to break convention. I think they're just going to I think honestly they could actually call it the Super Switch, right? Just like it's like, oh, the Nintendo, the NES, right now the Super NES. But now you have the Switch and the Super Switch, right? I think maybe they might try that and hope that people don't get confused. But, if you look back, people have been getting confused about Nintendo naming conventions since the beginning. Like, it doesn't matter whether it was an NES or a Super NES. Your mom and dad called it the Nintendo, and they didn't understand why they needed to get you a new one, right? I think at this point, Nintendo has realized how bad they've been at naming things, right? Like the Wii U really hammered in how bad they've been at naming things for the last 30 years, console wise. And I think they're actually just going to go with a number this time. But they might go with it in the dumbest way possible. They might call it the Switch. Xbox is just as bad. Xbox is just as bad. Xbox is awful at this. The Xbox Series. Like, I confuse myself when explaining the differences to customers sometimes. It's like, oh, you mean the Xbox One or the Xbox Series? No, they're different. They're different things. Do you mean the big black one, or do you mean like the white rectangle, or do you mean the other white rectangle? Switooch? The Switooch? I hope no. That's almost worse than my idea. The 360. I haven't had the other 359. I think the Xbox to the Xbox 360 wasn't too bad because you got the point, right? There's only one Xbox before this. The next one was like, oh, the 360. You turn around your expectations of what an Xbox is. Like, I get it. It wasn't bad. The problem, it became bad when they named the one after that the One. So your third Xbox console is named the One, and the actual Xbox One, you have to start calling the Xbox Classic, but that's not what anyone in the mainstream is calling it. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the Daniel Gets Mad About Console Names stream. Maybe it's the headache. I didn't realize I'd be this emotional about it. Play Fire Emblem, you coward. All right, so let's start getting into schedule stuff. Let's get into schedule stuff. Oops. I didn't expect this stream to be a rage mukbang. A rage mukbang. is is me like going off screen and then coming back with like a mouthful of food? Is that not doing it for you guys? Um, all right. So this was a stream schedule we finalized last time. And this is so generally I'm not going to be making changes to this shit every week or every other week, right? Especially the full playthrough Mondays. I want to not make after today. I don't want to make any changes to it until maybe the next big direct or showcase or whatever, right? And I mainly want my changes to be based off of um off of those announcements and those changes, right? I don't want to be like, "Oh, hey, there was a new Nintendo Direct." For no reason, I'm going to take Everhood off the list and add Lost Odyssey cuz I've realized that I feel like doing that more. That's what you cannot expect to happen from my stream schedules. What you can expect to happen is um I've been thinking about the schedule and I want to actually reimagine it. So I'm scrapping all this and presenting schedule 360. Yeah, no, that's what's not happening. Like here, I guess the easiest example, we'll just do this right now. Luigi's Mansion 1, right? Um the Nintendo Direct has made me realize with the announcement of the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon remaster is that we can probably the combination of two things: the Luigi's Dark Moon remaster and um Nintendo putting Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch right before Pikmin 4 came out, right? Like Pikmin 4. Uh the combination of those things made me realize that like Luigi's Mansion 1 is probably going to be on the Switch in some form by the end of 2024, right? And if that's the case, instead of like buying a used copy of the GameCube version for kind of a lot of money, and then like having to play that off of my Wii with like the component cables, um, and like and that'll be kind of a whole thing like capture wise. Um, Instead of doing that, I'd much rather just like get to play a widescreen version of that natively on my Switch. Um, so one of the things I'll be doing today is replacing Luigi's Mansion 1 with a different game. Um, and like that those are the kind of additions or changes you can expect. Just reactions to the latest announcements and stuff. Um, so so one thing I am going to do real quick, I'm going to add a new category here. Called IOUs. Or just IOU. Just call it the IOU section, and that is um That is things that I've promised you guys or things that I started to commit to and then dropped off on. Um that I've dropped or that I haven't gotten around to finishing yet. One of the biggest things that is on the IOU list is the Fire Emblem Three Houses full playthrough. Um Now, when I did this, right, it ended up being over ambitious. It ended up being kind of a chore because I wasn't prepared for how much work it would be. Um, that doesn't narrow it down. Do you have a list for me, Will? Do you like I there's a few times that I've done this, but you is do you feel like it's a million? Would you like to list the million for me? Um, so Fire Emblem Three Houses, full playthrough. That's the big one. That I ended up not seeing through. But I do have the intent to see it through. I promised that I would give you a full playthrough. I'm gonna give you a full playthrough. Starting with podcasts or games. Oh, oof, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. There's a few honestly, like it's a miracle that a Smashing Theory is a finished project, honestly. Um but I meant games. Um and, some of the podcast stuff is like is stuff that's um not fully in my control, the reasons some of those stopped. But some of those, some of those I just uh realize it wasn't like it wasn't worth pursuing, right? Uh or like pursuing it would be cool, but I didn't have the resources or the time for it. Sakurai would be proud. What projects does Sakurai not finish? That man follows through to the detriment of his own body. Um, but anyway, yeah, I do still want to finish that Fire Emblem Three Houses full playthrough. The idea for the stream schedule I put together was I wanted to put together some full playthroughs of some longer games that I was like jazzed to play, right? Instead of instead of like Three Houses, which is like I should play through this whole game, but I'm not really excited about it. But I am pumped to play through all of Digimon Survive. Um, I am pumped to play Chibi Robo. I am pumped to play Everhood, um, and MK versus DC Universe, and Bumpers for Broad Swords Tournament. Right, Trauma Team. I'm pumped to play. There's a few games that are like that are more like obligations, right? Banjo Kazooie is going to be an obligation. Banjo Kazooie is going to be like I'm doing that for you guys. I'm not doing it for me. Um, but I want to um I want to kind of establish that I can do full playthroughs, that I can get into the rhythm, I can get into the habit of doing full playthroughs of games before I commit to Fire Emblem Three Houses again, because the last thing I want to do is promise you guys that I'll beat it a second time and then drop it again. That's the last thing I want to do. So I'm trying out stuff that I'm excited about first, like Digimon Survive. I'm optimistic about finishing a Digimon Survive playthrough. Actually, I this whole week I've just wanted to play Digimon Survive, instead of doing like this stream. When's the last time you finished a AAA game and that game? When's the last time you finished a AAA game that came out this decade? I think is how I'm supposed to read that. Um. Oh, there's an easy answer to this, but I'm blanking. Let me just Let me pull up my Game of the Year list. Does Pokemon Scarlet and Violet count as a AAA, or do we think that's a double A? Because yeah, I did. I rolled credits on Violet. Um, and my fiance rolled credits on Stray while I watched. I don't know, that feels more double A than triple A anyway. Oh, and Spider Man. Uh, lol, Scarlet Violet was a triple C. um, yeah, but Sean has helpfully reminded me Spider Man, but not only Spider Man but Miles Morales Spider Man. I rolled credits on that too. I think Scarlet Violet is AAA in profits, if not in budget. Yeah, but we're probably talking budget, right? Like Vampire Survivors might be AAA in profits at this point. That is not AAA in any other way, though. Um, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, not AAA probably, but I beat that last year. Um, Teenage Exocolonist is not AAA. King of Fighters 15 doesn't really count, I don't think. Um, I I am at the I'm at the end game of Marvel Midnight Suns right now. Uh, but I haven't beaten that one. I haven't beaten it. Um, so yeah, I guess Scarlet and Violet is the closest thing to a AAA game I beat last year. Um, in 2021, I beat Life is Strange: True Colors. That's a AAA game. That's a AAA game, and I beat that. Anyway, yeah, I beat AAA games. I beat them. Um, all right, so I do owe you guys Fire Emblem Three Houses full playthrough. If I can commit, like if I can be good at doing full playthroughs, throughout this schedule, then my plan is to put Three Houses on the 2024 full playthrough schedule. Somewhere on the 2024 full playthrough schedule. Um, but I want to see what I'm capable of first. Like I'll remind one person in chat um that's being a little sassy about this, that that since I've returned to streaming, any game I said I'd do a full playthrough of, I have committed to the full playthrough and beaten it. I did a full playthrough of Ape Escape. I did a full playthrough of Rhapsody Musical Adventure. Um, and I've done a lot of full playthroughs of like shorter games that I could beat in one sitting, right? Excitebox, WarioWare Touched. I did a full playthrough of Kid Chameleon, rolled credits on that. So I think I'm getting better about it, and I'm hoping that this list will be kind of like the beginning of the trend of me finishing longer, cooler games. So that's what the IOU list is for. Once I'm comfortable in my doing that, I can start fulfilling some of these. Uh, I can start fulfilling some of these older promises, such as the Fire Emblem Three Houses full playthrough and a Nuzlocke. Um, Honestly, doing a full playthrough of Kid Chameleon counts as like 5 full playthroughs. Thank you, Sean. Um, yeah, the Nuzlocke is on the IOU list. I did like I started a Nuzlocke, a Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Uh, just kind of stopped that partway through because I tackled it in an overambitious way. So I still want to do a Nuzlocke at some point. I don't know when or how that's going to be, but I still want to do a Nuzlocke at some point. And I'm putting Luigi's Mansion 1 on the IOU list. Um, because yeah, that's about to get removed from the stream schedule, but I still do want to beat it. I still want to play it. I still want to do a full playthrough of it. I just want to wait until it comes out on the Switch, and there's an easier, more accessible way for me to play that. Um, so I wonder if I should. I think I should do New Game Fridays first. I think I should do New Game Fridays and fill in the new games that I'm gonna play. As I get to games that will affect my full playthrough Mondays, I'll scroll up. Um, so let's take a look at at uh at the games that were announced. Um, Not just the games were announced at this direct, but the games. Some of these weren't announced at this direct, but this is kind of a good refresher list of maybe some stuff that I missed last time too. Um, so right, do so I didn't have anything down for June, and honestly, I think June is gonna kind of like I might play Final Fantasy 16 tonight. This could be one of those streams where like I come up with a schedule and then I call it, but I could end up playing some Final Fantasy 16 tonight. Um, and then if I do that, I might play the BC Ball demo next Friday, and that'll be June, right? Because I'll be doing Digimon Survival Mondays. I'll be um doing Street Fighter Saturdays and whatever else on Saturdays. So that really covers June. So let's scooch this thing up and look at July games. So this is another one where I was kind of like having trouble like yeah, honestly none of that is calling out to me. Oh, but there is one June thing that I should take a note of, and that is Pikmin 1 and 2 came out June 21st. Right? It shadow dropped during the direct, and that was pretty cool. Um so honestly, I guess we'll make this change now. Decide that instead of Luigi's Mansion 1, I'll play Pikmin 1. for full playthrough Mondays. Um, it was between Pikmin 1 and another game for me, but I realized it should just be Pikmin 1. I'll explain more soon. So let's go down to New Game Fridays. Funnily enough, not a lot of games really calling out to me for July still. Um, yeah, like Nobunaga's Ambition, nah. Disney's Illusion Island looks kind of cute, but nah. I'll probably be skipping Pikmin 4, honestly. Do you even have it like down on the? Oh yeah, I have it down there. I could still play it. I could still try it, but or at least like play the demo or something. But yeah, yeah. I think maybe I'll just save Pikmin times for Pikmin 1 later in the year. And then August just has this bonkers like really like nothing, and then what, like the last like week of August is like Rhapsody 2, Goodbye Volcano High, Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield all come out like within days of each other. And there was another one there too, wasn't there? There was Sea of Stars. Yeah, Sea of Stars. Um yeah, I'm gonna do myself a favor and just delete Baldur's Gate 3 and Goodbye Volcano High. They won't be happening as they come out because I'll be doing that full playthrough of Rhapsody 2. I'm gonna try to make room for Starfield. Like maybe I'll just fucking make a Starfield character on a Saturday or something. But yeah, I'll be too busy focusing on Rhapsody 2 for a bunch of these other games, unfortunately. Um, and as we get to Nintendo Direct stuff, I'll talk a bit about, whether or not I'm jazzed for it, yada yada. This is kind of ramping up to that. Yeah, Bummer Cyberpunk, probably not. Let me get September. Can I make this bigger? I'm worried that if I make this bigger, my head will disappear. Yeah, I can't really make this too much bigger without losing my head. Um, so let's look at September. We got Rune Factory Special 3 on September 5th, which is kind of cute. There's Mortal Kombat 1 on September 14th, and I feel like that is going to overwrite. Oh, September 14th. Why not September 19th? Oh, right. Mortal Kombat 1 is doing the, like, oh, play 5 days earlier if you fucking spend $100. And I probably will, honestly. Um, Oop. Probably will. Um, and yeah, then there's like that Trails game that's like the culmination of a billion other Trails games. Um, oh right, Dragon Quest Die Infinity Strash. Miniko's Night Market on the 27th. Oh, I've got room. I've got room for that. Let's put that down as a maybe. That this is all stuff that isn't necessarily a full commitment. But yeah, that's it for September. So then we get to October. And October has some of our some of our direct announcements. So let's pull some of those up. So first up, we got Detective Pikachu Returns. So as far as reactions go, um, this sure looks like a continuation of the 3DS game. I guess let's get this out of the way like right now. I've already talked to Devin about this, and we're locking this in. As a reminder, italics means maybe, bold means full playthrough. Devin has committed to doing a full playthrough of Detective Pikachu Returns on stream with me. Like, it's happening. We're playing through this whole fucking game. And we'll compare it to our experience uh with Detective Pikachu 1. Because I don't know if maybe not everyone watching remembers this, but Devin and I we did this short-lived podcast called Console Cinema, um where we would play a video game, then watch a movie based on that video game. And one of the episodes we did was the Detective Pikachu episode where we played, we obviously watched the Detective Pikachu movie, but before we did that, we played through the entirety of Detective Pikachu for the Nintendo 3DS together. And that was it was a fun experience. Was it a good game? I'm it was no, it was not. But Dev and I had like a fun time like playing it and then watching the movie and then kind of comparing our experiences with both. Um so this feels almost like, like console cinema has kind of been left behind, but this is kind of the follow-up to console cinema that no one asked for. This is us playing the sequel and completing the story of Detective Pikachu on the 3DS because that game was left on a cliffhanger. Um, so this is us finishing that. Yeah. So I'm excited for Detective Pikachu Returns, but pretty much just for that reason, just getting to play this on stream with Dev. Um, I think it's funny that if you'll notice in this trailer and also in like all the key art for this game, there are no Gen 9 Pokemon in it. It's all Gen 8 and earlier. And I think it's clear that either this game's been done for a while, it was supposed to come out like a year or two ago and then just didn't, or um this game was supposed to come out a year or two ago, but development kept getting delayed and they didn't finish it until like this year, even though they finalized which Pokemon would be in it like 3 years ago. It's one of those two things. That's my guess. But yeah, yeah. Dev and I are going to play or do our best to play all of Detective Pikachu on stream. So there's that. Um, nice. Dev Detective Pikachu. Yeah, sure. Dev Detective Pikachu. Let's see what else. Just get 7. Nah. Um, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Let's see here. So yeah, let's talk about Super Mario Wonder for a sec. Um, so yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Detective Pikachu is one of my favorite games. Really? Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, there is a charm to Detective Pikachu. Like, I won't deny that. Like, Detective Pikachu was a very charming and fun game. Like, I really liked Detective Pikachu's voice. Um, like there were some very cute moments in it. But I think, uh, for better or for worse, right? For better and for worse, Detective Pikachu was very much like kind of a baby's first puzzle solving visual novel game. Like that game was not like complex or hard at all. And when it was hard, it was because it was a bit too obtuse and not because it was meant to be. Um and and yeah, like, yeah, it felt a little too simple sometimes, but that's hard to like, obviously it was meant to be like a mystery game for like 7-year olds, right? Like it's hard to really dock points against it for that. Um but uh But yeah, no, I can't knock you for that being one of your favorite games. It is surprising, but I can't knock you for it. Speaking of Devin, though, he just got home. I just told chat that you committed to a full playthrough of Detective Pikachu Returns. I just got a thumbs up and a weary look on Dev's face. um, but yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Speaking of which, that is yeah, I think Super Mario Bros. Wonder is great. Like this was a great announcement. Um, I'm not huge on 2D Super Mario games. Um, like everyone else, New Super Mario Bros. Has burned me out for for the decade it was going on for. Decade? Wow, less than a decade actually. New Super Mario Bros. Was what, 2004, 2005? And then like New Super Mario Bros. U was like 2012. Um, so uh, so I was really pleasantly surprised how much I like how Super Mario Bros. Wonder looks. I think 100% of me liking this trailer so much is Mario's really detailed, really animated, really fluidly animated and expressive character model. Like that just won me over by itself. Just so much love and care and charm in the character animations. Um and also like, you know, more creativity in the levels and like this game seems kind of built around like kind of subverting our expectations of what 2D Mario games are supposed to be and like doing weird shit like that. So yeah, I really dig it. This was a great announcement. Um and it's actually crazy that like um New Super Mario Bros. U put such a stigma around Nintendo doing Mario games. They didn't do it for over 10 years. This is the first 2D Mario game, unless you count all the ones we made in Super Mario Maker. This is the first 2D Super Mario Bros. Game developed by Nintendo in over a decade. And that's like kind of nuts. Daisy being playable is also awesome. Anyway, speaking of uh full playthroughs with Devin, when is this coming out again? October October 6th. October 6th for Detective Pikachu Returns. Let's put that where that goes. Oh yeah, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a game that Dev and I will do like one or two streams of probably. Assuming that it doesn't come out at the exact same time as Sonic Superstars, which leaks have been implying might happen. So we might have to make a decision between those two. Um, but Mario Bros. Wonder comes out what, the 20th? Um, so close to the release of that, Dev and I will do like a stream of that. It might not be I'm going to be prioritizing um Spider-Man 2, which comes out the exact same day, right? I'm going to be prioritizing that. But you'll probably see me and Devin stream Super Mario Bros. Wonder like around that time. All right, what else? Metal Gear Solid Volume 1 Master Collection Volume 1. So so yeah, am I putting this or any of the games on it on the list? Probably not, honestly. But I think it would be cool to do a Metal Gear Solid, like a playthrough of a Metal Gear Solid game at some point. I think that'd be fun. And I think it is really cool. I think it is really nice that that metal that we're getting this collection. I think this is a cool collection. Man, it'd be kind of neat to like play one of the old Metal Gears, you know? Like the original Metal Gear 1 or the original uh Metal Gear sequel, right? Like that'd be kind of fun. I've never played those games except for like, like 5 minutes of the NES version of the first one and I think the second one. It'd be cool to play the originals, really get kind of that experience. But yeah, I'm not committing to streaming any of those. I guess maybe I guess maybe if I have a Friday free when it comes out, maybe I'll just be like, "Oh, sure, I'll play a." But what, that was the 24th. I might still be busy with Spider-Man 2, honestly. But yeah, I do think this is a neat announcement. Really the thing that intrigues me most obviously is that it's a volume 1. I think a volume 2 with like all the PSP games on it would be really neat. That'd be really cool. Um, I have told Sean that I like if they put Metal Gear Acid on modern consoles, like I will stream it. I'm not putting that on the IOU list, but I do intend to stream Metal Gear Acid if it's ever easy for me to do that. I've been really curious about Metal Gear Acid. Sean talks Metal Gear Acid up so much, and I've been really intrigued by it. Um, I would love to watch you play Acid. I would love you to watch me play Acid. Um, and then what? That's really October. I'm not doing Just Dance 2024. Not doing Headbangers or Played Up or The Last Birth. I don't know. I know what that is. All right. Now, this is where things get interesting. Persona 5 Tactica November 17th. I already have that on the list. Star Ocean, the second story Second Story R. So I thought Second Story R was actually like a really cool announcement. Star Ocean is a series that I've never really sank my teeth into, but I've always wanted to check out and try and play. Um, so like this getting kind of a full remake, even though like this isn't uh like I think this isn't officially an HD 2D game, right? Like like compared to other HD 2D games, it looks kind of off, right? Especially the way that the sprites are rendered. Um, but uh, but yeah, like I do think this looks pretty cool, if not as consistently gorgeous as like, Triangle Strategy or other HD 2D games. I still think this looks pretty cool. Like the backgrounds a lot. Yeah, I like how this looks. This is of course a remake of the second Star Ocean game. Um, so when this comes out on November 2nd, I wouldn't want to play it because I haven't played the first one. I haven't played Star Ocean 1, but it turns out uh that Star Ocean 1 does have um a remake that's available and playable on the Switch, and I do own it. I did kind of get it because I thought maybe I could stream it one day. So I'm making my only addition that is not a replacement to full playthrough Mondays today. Um, and it is as a reaction to what got announced at the Nintendo Direct. So I've noticed here, right? So we've got like um uh so in Digimon Survive we have this long narrative experience. Banjo-Kazooie we have this shorter um kind of not as narratively focused game, right? Shorter like goofy little platformer. Everhood, I think it's short. I think it's like less than 10 hours, but it's also like very narratively focused, right? Um and then like like RPG, platformer RPG, and then we have platformer fighting game. Um so I think honestly this would be a good slot to put in another RPG. Um Star Ocean the second Star Ocean First Departure R, um which I think, yeah, Star Ocean First Departure, it's about 26 and a half hours main and extra, right? Um so that's less than 30 hours, and that'll push, that'll push the overall schedule back a bit. But I think it'd be really cool to kind of gradually over the course of my streaming career do like a playthrough of the full Star Ocean franchise. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm gonna put Star Ocean First Departure R here. Um, yeah, and that'll be like, I think it'll be good because it's like long game, short game, short game, short game, long game, short game. Still unsure how long this game is. Longish game, short game, long game, medium game, short game. So yeah, that's the plan. This is kind of the new full playthrough Mondays. This is the adjusted full playthrough Mondays. As you'll see, not a lot of changes. Still committing pretty strictly to what I was given last weekend. Um, just trading out Luigi's Mansion for Pikmin 1 and adding in another RPG Because I like RPGs, and the full playthrough Monday's list felt a little RPG light. And basically, I want to play First Departure R so that I can try out Second Story R if I like First Departure. Um, I'm also, I think, going to slot in one new category here. A second. These are big. What size are these? These are also size 12? Why do these seem so much bigger? Anyway, it's fine. I'm putting down my franchise bucket list. This will remind me. This will remind me franchises that like I want to like play through all of over the course of my streaming career. Um I want to play through all the Wario games eventually. Maybe not quite in order, but I want to play as many Wario games as I can on stream. We just put down Star Ocean. That's on the bucket list. Um Trails would be cool to eventually play through. You know, Trails of the Sky, Trails of Cold Steel, blah blah blah. I've heard so much about these games. Yakuza slash Like a Dragon. I would love to fucking wade into the deep end with these fucking games, right? It's so like the list of Yakuza games I need to play to catch up is so intimidating, but maybe streaming could be an excuse to dive in, you know, and play these for real. Um that's what I got on the franchise bucket list right now. I feel like there's more, and as I remember more, I'll add them to the bucket list. But yeah, the first Star Ocean is like the first is the big addition to full playthrough Mondays. I don't think I'll really be touching this list for the rest of the stream. The rest will be new game Fridays adjustments. It'd be really fun to watch you play the Yakuza games. They're so fucking weird. Yeah, man. Yeah, like Yakuza games are like the I think it's kind of the greatest like degree to like how much I love a franchise that I've played almost none of, right? Like all I've experienced of Yakuza is Yakuza Kiwami 1. I almost beat that game. I almost beat it, but then I didn't and I haven't played any Yakuza games beyond that and there's so many of them. There's so many of them. I feel like if I were to um if I were to get streaming with Yakuza games, I'd start with 0 and then just, you know. It'd also be really tempting to like I guess yeah. I guess maybe when it came down to it, I'd probably ask chat like should I start with 0 or should I start with Like a Dragon, right? Should I start with the Kazuma Kiryu saga or should I just see what the turn-based one is like first and then like go back? Yeah, but those are questions for next year probably. Those are questions for a while from now. We'll maybe ask those questions again in like 6 months. Um, all right. Where was I? Where were we? Right. Another fucking uh notable uh another fucking one that's very much worth discussing when it comes to me specifically and that is WarioWare Move It, baby. Um, okay, so I feel like this where I'm going with this is not a mystery. But first I'll just say that like this is the Wario game I wanted to get announced instead of Get It Together, right? When I was like thinking about how great it'd be to get a Wario game, I was thinking that like it'd be great to get a WarioWare game that took advantage of the Switch's unique features specifically. Um and yeah, they did Get It Together instead. I'm like, well, WarioWare franchise, that's the end of the WarioWare franchise. It's done there. But then here they've announced WarioWare Smooth Moves 2, right? That's basically what this is. This is basically like the Wii game where you had held the controller, you held the Wii mode in like different positions, but it's that like jacked up a notch. And I'm pumped for it. Um, it's probably not a surprise to anyone how pumped I am for it. That's gonna be wait October no November 3rd. That's gonna be another full playthrough. It's gonna be a full playthrough Friday. Yeah, and I guess I'll go back up here for a sec. I replaced Luigi's Mansion with Pikmin 1 because I was thinking either Pikmin 1 or Wario World. Um, but then I realized that like this slot here, this this slot of game is probably like a game that I will end up playing sometime between November 2023 and like January or February 2024. Um I will have played through WarioWare Move It too recently for this game to be Wario World. You know, I gotta space out my Wario games. I gotta space them out a bit. Um, Especially because like I also feel like some Wario Land games are gonna get like shadow dropped on on Nintendo Switch Online, right? And I will be playing those as they get shadow dropped also. So yeah, Pikmin 1 is what I'll be doing for full playthrough Mondays, but I will also be doing a full playthrough of WarioWare Move It. Easy full playthrough. And that'll probably be like two streams tops anyway. That'll probably be like 2 weeks maximum. Honestly, I bet I could like play that Friday and then there'll be like 2 hours left of that game that I can just like wrap up on Saturday, right? Something like that. Something like that. Easiest decision I made all night. WarioWare Move It full playthrough. Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG. So, so we have a, you know, So, someone on the Beep group Discord, we have someone that like kind of follows leaks and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, there's this leak flying around, um, that a beloved Super Nintendo RPG is going to get remade. It's either this one or it's Super Mario RPG." And I was like, "It's like if this is real at all, it's definitely going to be the other one because I don't see a world where Super Mario RPG gets remade. Because like if Square Enix is remaking an RPG, then they're gonna put voice acting in it, and Nintendo's not gonna let them like remake a game with voice acting where Bowser talks in full sentences. It's not gonna happen. But instead, I'm getting the vibe from this trailer that they're not really gonna bother with voice acting. Actually, it's gonna be a lot of just like um, a lot of storytelling through body language and stuff, which I love. I love that angle. Uh I love them taking that approach. And yeah, you know, this is how great that this exists. How fucking cool. Um, did not expect this to happen. It is kind of funny that it's like, it's less of like, this is not the Final Fantasy VII remake approach, right? This is more a recreation. This is more like, this looks the way you thought Super Mario RPG looked when you were 7 years old. That is the approach they took for Super Mario RPG. And not a bad approach. It'd be really interesting to see like a fully 3D ass Mario RPG, but this is great. I've never beaten Mario RPG and I've always kind of wanted to, but Mario RPG has felt older and older and more archaic that like it's been discouraging the idea of going back and doing that. So this is actually perfect for me. Now I don't know if I'm going to commit to a full playthrough. Um but November 17th. But I will actually, yeah, Persona 5 Tactica is getting removed from the list. I'll be playing Super Mario RPG that day instead. And that I'm not committing to a full playthrough, but it could turn into one. Um, yeah, like it could wind up being a full playthrough if I'm feeling it. I'll probably be done with WarioWare Move It by then, so like, why not maybe, why not? So, yeah, so November 17th, Super Mario RPG. I'll start that and see whether or not it turns into a full playthrough. Um, Biomutant on November 30th. I feel like if I were to play Biomutant, it would not be on the Switch. Um, so that means one game is left that has like a distinct nailed in release date. Um, whoop, Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince. Um, I love Dragon Quest Monsters games. Like, I think they're so cool, and I get so sad whenever they don't get localized. Like, there were really cool Dragon Quest Monsters like remakes for like the 3DS and shit. We never got them. There was this great like port of the original Dragon Quest Monsters like onto the Switch. We never got it. maybe we will really late. That's kind of a hope now. I guess it kind of depends on how well this sells, isn't it? Um, but yeah, Monster Fusion, fuse monsters, um, and make bigger, better monsters that you can summon and catch and um tournaments. Yeah, I'm so pumped for this. This is called Dragon Quest Monsters 3 in Japan. This is just like the next mainline Dragon Quest Monsters game. Um, but we didn't get 2 in America, so they have to just call it the Dark Prince or whatever. But whatever. I'm excited. Like, and here's the thing though, right? It turns out that this is a spin-off. Like, I mean, Dragon Quest Monsters is a spin-off, but it seems like this specifically ties into a mainline Dragon Quest game, that being Dragon Quest 4. Um, uh, the main character in this, the titular Dark Prince, is a Dragon Quest 4 character named Sorrow. He's this edgy dark elf who shows up in several Dragon Quest games, and he's kind of a popular character. This is the first game where he'll be like a big protagonist, um, and it's one where he won't even be fighting directly. He'll be like summoning monsters and stuff. Um, yeah, I've never beaten Dragon Quest 4, and there's a temptation to stream it, but I don't have time. I don't have time to stream a whole Dragon Quest game for you this year. A whole like mainline Dragon Quest game for you this year. Um, as much as that would be nice, as much as I'd like to, my thought right now is that like I'm gonna get Dragon Quest 4 for mobile, which turns out is the definitive version of Dragon Quest 4 in the States. Like that's the best version of the game you can get. Um, like strangely, weirdly, it's a definitive version. So my plan is to kind of just like, yeah, get Dragon Quest 4 on mobile and just like play that in my downtime, just play that off stream, and hopefully play through that and beat that. And then when I stream this, when I stream the Dark Prince, I'll know all the lore, baby. I'll be like, yeah, that's right. Sorrow's a Gemini, and that's why he's so mean. Um, you find this out in hour 32 of Dragon Quest 4. He's a mean, mean Gemini. Um, so anyway, to make a long story short, yes, obviously, December 1st, um, I'll be playing, the next day I stream after December 1st, I'll be playing Dragon Quest Monsters the Dark Prince. Like, obviously. I'm really tempted to make that a full playthrough, but I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to hold off and see how I like the first stream or two of Dark Prince. And if that gives me the serotonin I think it will, that could very well be a full playthrough. But we're gonna hold off on committing to full playthroughs because otherwise Will's gonna come into chat and bully me if I don't if I say I'm gonna do a full playthrough and then I don't end up doing it. So we're gonna wait on committing. Um and yeah, those are the big ones. Those are the ones with complete dates, right? So I guess um let's skim these ones with less nailed in release dates. There's the Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC, which could be kind of a fun stream. The problem is obviously that I wasn't streaming when I played through those games. So would that be interesting? I don't know. Um, there's a Mario Kart Deluxe 8 Booster Course Pass. I got a lot of Nintendo fans that are fans of mine. And I've had people ask me to do Mario Kart 8 Deluxe streams. The problem is that I'm just not that into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't play it that much. I'm not saying a hard no to me taking a look, but it's not a guarantee. I'll say that much. Um, Palia, yeah. These are all, at least what I'm looking at on the screen here is nothing that I'm turbocharged to stream. Then we'll look at later 2023 and beyond here. I I keep forgetting that there's gonna be a fucking Snufkin game, right? Um, yeah, Splatoon 3 DLC again. I didn't play Splatoon 3 on stream, so I don't know if that'd be weird. Metal Slug Tactics. I ended up passing on that just because the ownership of SNK bums me out, and I have to be like really really motivated to play an SNK game on stream for that reason. Um, yeah, I've talked about some of these already. Hades 2 would be a fun, like I think Hades 2, first of all, I wouldn't stream it on the Switch. I'd probably stream it on a better platform. Um uh but when I play Hades 2, I might just wait for early access to be done and over with, right? Like I had a really wonderful time playing Hades 1 when that was a complete finished game. I think I'm going to wait to do the same for Hades 2, which means, I probably won't be playing that game until 2024. One thought, I guess, is to like try out Hades 2 when it launches on early access and then don't touch it until the full thing comes out. But that's like, that's like being like, yeah, don't get hooked on Hades. Don't get don't get addicted to Hades 2 before it's finished. That seems like a dumb thing to promise to myself. I know myself better than that. Um yeah, some East games, some I feel like I really would benefit from making this bigger, honestly. RIP my head. Okay. I think Fashion Dreamer I've already got on the list. Yeah, I do. Um, Pepper Grinder. Do I already have Pepper Grinder on the list? I think Pepper Grinder's cool. I do have Pepper Grinder on the list already. Um, Inescapable. I might play that with Devin. Um, yeah, I think I said I wasn't really committing to Suikoden, but that might be a game that I try to. Ooh, Suikoden. That's hold on. That's on the franchise bucket list, baby. Suikoden. Yeah, I'd love to play Suikoden's 1 through 5 over the course of multiple years. I think that'd be awesome. Where was I? Um, oh, Blazing Strike. If that comes out in 2023, Blazing Strike. I wonder if I can pull that up. Blazing Strike, Blazing Strike. Theme song doesn't sound anything like this. Um, yeah, Blazing Strike is the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike inspired fighting game. Right down to kind of those kind of very Third Strike inspired like sprite aesthetic. Um, yeah. Looks cool as hell. Looks like a great like fighting game. Um, yeah. It was supposed to come out spring 2023. It's not coming out then anymore. Um, but that should absolutely go on the should absolutely go on the new games Fridays list. When that does come out, I want it. I want to fuck around with it. Yeah. Yes, yes. Hello, hello. Welcome to my schedule update stream. This hopefully is the last time I'll be doing this for a while. What have you missed? I put the remake of the first Star Ocean on full playthrough Mondays. I replaced Luigi's Mansion with Pikmin 1. I've added a few things to New Game Fridays. The most notable ones are I might try Mineko's Night Market stream. I'm doing a full playthrough of WarioWare Move It. Um, and I'm playing Super Mario RPG and Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince when they come out. I'm not committing to full playthroughs yet, but either of them could turn into full playthroughs, TBH. Um, and then I just put Blazing Strike on the list. Um, oh yeah, also full playthrough of Detective Pikachu Returns with Devin. And also maybe like a Super Mario Bros. Wonder stream or two. Um, I made an IOU list to remind myself that I have promised playthroughs of these games. I'm down, yes. I have promised my stream playthroughs of these games, so I have them on the IOU list. Um, once I once I've done a good chunk of these, um, I'll see about, you know, at least returning, at least go revisiting these. Um, this will probably go back on the list as soon as a Switch version of Luigi's Mansion 1 is announced, which I feel like is inevitable at this point. Um, but yeah, where was I? Right, Plucky Squire, that's all already on the list. Oh, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of the list there. Prince of Persia, Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice. I'm really glad that's coming out. I don't know if that's going to be a stream. Um, um, yeah, yeah. I feel like yeah. I don't know. I don't know how streamable the Ace Attorney games would be. I think there's one way I can imagine like a stream of Ace Attorney being good on my channel, and uh that's if Sean wanted to come over and like the two of us would do like a voice acted run of the franchise together over the course of, a long period of time because there's a lot of games. But yeah, I'm not making him commit to that. So it could be fun, but I also have already like stacked my plate pretty full for the year. So so yeah, I really shouldn't even be throwing that into the ether. Um I still have to beat Apollo. Yes, you do, you do still have to beat Apollo Justice. I guess you could just start the game over on the Switch. No. What you could do is you could beat it before it comes out on the Switch, and then you could get the trilogy on the Switch and have a nice like HD way to play the fifth and sixth games. Like that collection coming out can be your incentive to beat 4 finally. To beat Apollo Justice. I'm almost done with it. Yeah, that's why that's why you should beat it. That's why my fiance should beat Apollo Justice. Like I think you're gonna have a good time with Athena Sykes. I just want you to get there, you know? Okay, well, it's funny. When Devin entered the chat, I gave a recap of of the changes I made to the stream schedule, but then I added so little after that's basically the recap for everybody. Um like yeah, so full playthrough Mondays pretty similar. Gonna do the full playthrough Digimon Survive. That's continuing Monday. Honestly, really excited to keep doing that. Um, then Banjo Kazooie, then Everhood, then Dreamland 2, then Star Ocean First Departure R. That's a new one. Then MK versus DC Universe, then Bumpers and Broadswords Tournament, then Chibi Robo, then Portal, then Trauma Team, then the first Pikmin game that has replaced Luigi's Mansion, because I feel like Luigi's Mansion will come out on the Switch eventually, so I'm waiting for that. Or the Switch successor, the Switch. Um and then Kirby's Dream Land 3. And New Game Fridays. Plan on at least trying out the Final Fantasy 16 demo. I plan on playing the BC Ball demo. Pikmin 4 on July 21st, honestly, I don't like. That's a maybe. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is a maybe. Rhapsody 2 is definitely doing a full playthrough of that. I would very much like to at least do one Starfield stream where I make a character and check out like what dumb things I can do with character perks. Mortal Kombat 1, that is almost definitely happening. Like at least a stream or two of me fucking around with Mortal Kombat 1 and trying to be decent at another Realm game. Sean can, you know, jump into the lobby and completely ruin me the way I ruin him in Street Fighter. Starfield stream with character creation could be fun. Scared of what your potential is, though. I I feel like Starfield's character creator won't be as good as Street Fighter 6's character creator. You know, like could I make Popeye in Starfield? Maybe. Should I be trusted with that power? Maybe not. Um, Mineko's Night Market is a maybe, but that seems like a cute like one Friday stream. Spider-Man 2, yeah, definitely, almost definitely like playing that absolutely. Playing it on stream almost definitely. Um, Full playthrough possibly. But I'll probably do at least one stream of Spider-Man 2. Where Remove It November 3rd, full playthrough locked in. Super Mario RPG November 17th. Possibly a full playthrough if I'm feeling it. Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince December 1st. Definitely playing at least one stream. Maybe even at least two streams because Dragon Quest games, those are slow burns, baby. I might, like, my whole first 5 hour stream of that game might not even see a single combat. Um, so like we'll see how this game feels like two streams in, right? But if it feels good, full playthrough maybe. And then some assorted 2023 games that don't have release dates yet that I do want to do at least one stream of. Another Crab's Treasure, Biomorph, Blazing Strike, Chrono Arc. Chrono Arc's uh, a cool little roguelite. Dave the Diver for consoles. Demon School, um, which is like top-down Persona, which is what Persona used to be. Aiden Chronicles 100 Heroes will probably get like a stream. Um, Fashion Dreamer will probably do at least a stream of that. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, streaming that for sure, at least a little bit. Honkai Star Impact PS5, I still think that'd be a fun stream. Um, Inazuma 11 Victory Road, if that comes out, Honkai, please, I'm begging. Um, if that comes out, if that actually comes out for the States this year, I do want to do at least one stream of that. Jackbox Party Pack 10 would be fun if I can get some people in here. JK. I forgot to put this in, but there is a game I kickstarted called Knuckle Sandwich. It's like Earthbound meets WarioWare or Undertale meets WarioWare. It's a really trippy, weird ass RPG game. Seems to, uh be very like weird and bizarre and has a strange sense of humor but is also kind of like dark. Um yeah, it Knuckle Sandwich seems neat and it'd be cool to do at least one stream of Knuckle Sandwich. The dev has not given a release date or even a release year, but over the past few updates it does seem like he's almost done with that game, so I'm putting this here. I feel like it'll be done by the end of this year. Megaton Musashi Wire, that's another fun little level 5 RPG that could be fun to check out. Moonstone Island, sure, maybe I'll do a stream of that. Pepper Grinder would love to do at least one stream of that. Plucky Squire would love to do at least one stream of that. This week at an HD remaster. This might be something where like I don't stream it when it comes out, but I will make a little mental note. It's on my franchise bucket list. Pepper Grinder would be so cute and fun. Yeah, that's like Pepper Grinder is one of those actiony platformers that I'm actually really excited for. Not a lot of actiony platformers do that for me, but Pepper Grinder's cool. And UFO 50, which if that does come out this year, and honestly, 2024 might be more likely, but if it does come out this year, I wanna see if I can even pull off a full playthrough. I want to see if I can play through all 50 games on that. Um, this is the this is the least I'm locking in a full playthrough because that could be a lot. Maybe I won't have as much fun with UFO 50 as I'm hoping I will, but it'd be great to at least like play all 50 games, and really like explore that whole library. Anyway, I'm really excited for UFO 50. And then streams with Devin that are not necessarily full playthroughs. None of these are set in stone. Um, but Subspace Emissary, Shredder's Revenge, a Batman/Star Wars Lego game, Mario 3D World, The Quarry, Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure, Chicory A Colorful Tale, The Dog Island, Paparazzi, Cuphead, Everybody 1-2 Switch. Honestly, now that we know that this is more of like a Jackbox slash like a party game, basically, it's kind of like a Jackbox style game. Um, I don't know if this is specifically a Devon stream. Maybe I should even just make this a stream that I play with chat. Um, that's fine. Removing everybody 1-2 Switch is fine. I am part of chat. Yeah, I guess in a way you'd still be playing with me, huh? Um, we'll put a question mark here. I'm not really committing to it. If enough people are around, maybe I'll bust it out. Um, so back to Devin. Stray Gods role playing musical comes out August 3rd. Be nice to do at least one stream of that together. Eternites, it'd be nice to do at least one stream of that together. Just keep in mind, like, Devin streams, like, are like, especially on like games with dates next to them, um, those are the ones that are least likely to happen in a timely manner, just because like Devin has his own schedule. You know, Devin has um, like our schedule needs to line up for these streams to happen. And there's less opportunities for those than there are for my own like distinctly scheduled streams, right? Um, so these are streams that we'd like to do together. They're not guarantees, except for Detective Pikachu Returns. That's as close to a guarantee as we're gonna get for a me and Devin uh, playthrough stream. Super Mario Bros. Wonder would be fun. Inescapable No Rules No Rescue. Maybe one stream of that, and maybe we'll get hooked on it. We'll see. Sonic Superstars. Um, and yeah, those are the potential me and Devin streams this year. Um, then yeah, I've got these three as IOU streams. If anyone else remembers anything that I've promised to do on stream, let me know and I'll jot that down. And I've got a franchise bucket list. It's just a little list reminding myself of what franchises I'd really like to play, um, and experience and check out over the course of my streaming career. Um, uh, yeah, right now that list consists of all Wario games, the Star Ocean franchise, the Trails franchise like Trails in the Sky, Trails of Cold Steel, Trails from Zero, etc. Yakuza slash Like a Dragon. Not sure what order I'd play that in, but I'd love to play Yakuza games and the Suikoden franchise. And yeah, that is the updated Thora Z stream schedule 2023. Oh, I don't even have 2023 there, but that is the updated Thora Z stream schedule. We did it. It's updated. Yeah. So now the question is, I guess I've done that. Guess that's done and ready. Um, so the question now is, um, what do I do? One thought was playing, like starting Final Fantasy 16 and checking that out. Um, Another is that maybe this is just like a short stream day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Um, a small thought was like just take a little peek at the GBA Fire Emblem game that came out on Switch Online today. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's funny whenever I finish doing a schedule, I'm just like satisfied, you know? It's like do I want to just play a game after that? Um Part of me wants to play more Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6, but I already promised I'd do that tomorrow. So like that stream will be tomorrow. I'm not gonna stream that today. Wonder, do I have any Nintendo Direct thoughts that I didn't like that I didn't really go over in full. Like I kind of put all the big stuff that I was excited about on my list and kind of talked about how I felt about them. Um, let's see. Let's look this over real quick. Right, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Already talked about that. Mario RPG Remake. Already talked about that. Detective Pikachu 2. Metal Gear Solid Collection. Talked about that. Talked about that. Um, the amiibos are cool. The Zelda amiibos are cool. Um, I might get those just because I realized that I have almost a full collection of Zelda, of like amiibos of Zelda characters. So I might just do that to add to the collection, right? And maybe hopefully one day have all the Zelda amiibos. Before we remove it, doing a full playthrough of that shit. Um, my fiance is trying to make himself dinner. He's doing it as quietly as he can, but the mic is picking it up. He should still make himself dinner though, instead of stand in the kitchen starving himself. um, Pikmin 4. Oh yeah, the gameplay details for that were cool. The fact that there's going to be a versus mode in that is like fucking wild. Um, and of course the Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 shadow drops, that ended up kind of changing my whole schedule in a way. Um, I really like the character designs for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet expansions. Um, Petey Piranha, Wiggler, and Kamek are cool additions to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's kind of funny that one of the wildest things about Pikmin 4 to me is that there's a fucking kitchen in it. You can like you're exploring like someone's abandoned house. And it's kind of wild to me that they revealed that and then right afterwards in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, um they show you driving through a big kitchen. It's like, is that supposed to be like Pikmin marketing? You know, is that supposed to be Pikmin tie-in shit? Um oh yeah, the Princess Peach game. Um I think that game looks cute. That might be something I play on 2024. And maybe Dev will be on stream when that happens. Vampire Survivors on Switch is kind of funny because I forgot that that game wasn't on Switch already. Batman Arkham Trilogy, it's really actually impressive that they're shoving the entirety of Arkham Knight onto the Switch. Um, yeah, Star Ocean Second Story. Uh, Myth Force, that game that looks like um the game that looks like Orcs Must Die, but for people that liked watching the Dungeons and Dragons Saturday morning cartoon from like the 80s. It's interesting that that exists. I don't really have any interest in playing it. Um, oh yeah, the Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC shadow dropping. It's kind of funny that that like almost made my full playthrough list, but got knocked off. Splatoon 3 Ice Cream Splatfest. It's really funny that they announced this and nothing about the rest of the Splatoon 3 DLC. Just Dance 2024, Palia, Cozy Adventure Sim. Oh, Penny's Big Breakaway. Right. Penny's Big Breakaway. Yeah, I think honestly the coolest part about this was them saying from the creators of Sonic Mania, right? From the developers of Sonic Mania. Um, like that's I would not have cared about this if they didn't say that. Um, but uh, but they did, and this does look like a really cool 3D platformer. You know, it's like it's like these guys should have been working on Balan Wonderworld. Uh, but instead, like, I guess even if these guys made Balan Wonderworld, maybe Yuji Naka would have directed them very poorly, and then done insider trading and gotten arrested. Like, you know, maybe that still all would have happened. Um, but yeah, this looks pretty cool actually. Um, maybe when I start adding 2024 games to the schedule, I should keep this in mind because this is not the kind of game that I'd usually play, but it is cool. It's neat. Penny's big breakaway. Yeah, that's neat. Um, Fae Farm, another farm RPG. Silent Hope. Oh yeah, Silent Hope. I really liked the character designs for this, and then it like swapped, and then it showed like the top-down like RPG aesthetic, and I immediately like lost most of my interest. Like that comes out October 3rd, 2023. Would I have had room for it? Oh yeah, I would have perfectly had room for it. Let's let me take another look at the trailer. Now that it's not like um now that I'm not looking at the game like right between other games that I'm like really hyped and excited for, you know? Maybe maybe seeing it now will make me a bit more like open to checking it out. Right? Because it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, great animated, like great character animation. I don't love when like that the characters look like adults in universe, and then like their in-game model is like little chibis. I don't like that. I think either they should just always look like chibis, or they should always look like not super deformed. Oh, but it's like a Rune Factory game, but not made by the Rune Factory team. Oh, that's even a Rune Factory cow right there. How did they get away with that? That's just a Harvest Moon cow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm happy for anyone that is excited about this, but yeah, see, like, I just want the game to look like this. Why would you show me this cutscene and then, man, your guys look like little babies? What's with the babies? So yeah, no, that's not going on there unless someone really excitedly makes a case for it. Oh yeah, Headbangers Rhythm Royale, the weird pigeon battle royale. I'm not even gonna. Oh yeah, um the Switch adaptation of Gloomhaven. I think I kind of tuned this out when it was uh when the trailer was playing, right? Pre-orders now open. Yeah, loving and skillful adaptation. Oh yeah, kind of the little hex squares there. Turn-based dungeon crawler. I mean, I do dig that. Um, I do like tactics RPGs sometimes. It's funny, the IGN blurb made me more interested in the trailer because the IGN blurb says Gloomhaven sees explorers exploring. Gloomhaven sees players exploring cursed dungeons with unsavory mercenaries with 17 characters with wow. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign that I should end after I'm done recapping the Nintendo Direct. Maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should just stop for the night after this. Cursed dungeons with unsavory mercenaries with 17 characters and over 1,000 abilities to use. That is like that like tickles my brain more than this trailer does. This trailer isn't doing anything for me. September 18th. Yeah, I'll be playing Mortal Kombat 1 probably. Too busy with Mortal Kombat. Um Shit, what else? Manic Mechanics, 4-player co-op game all about repairing vehicles as fast as possible. Not really feeling it. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, no. And that's that was basically the direct, I guess. Um yeah, cool. So list assembled, man. Stream schedule figured out. Yeah. Yeah. Was this just a nice little chill 2-hour stream? Or or is this a stream where I spend another 3 hours trying to play a video game? What do we think? Like tomorrow's gonna be the full 4 hour stream, right? 7 to 11, like at least till 11. Like I'll just be playing a bunch of Street Fighter 6. Um I'll just be playing a bunch of like I'll just set up a custom room. Um I know that Sean and I are gonna be in there, and whoever else has Street Fighter 6 and wants to show up and fight us gets to fight us, right? That's the plan for Saturday. That's the plan for tomorrow. Today is Friday. And then Monday I'm gonna play more Digimon Survive. I think I'm gonna change my protagonist voice a bit, but otherwise like kind of keep the gimmick going of my protagonist being like an anime version of Luigi and making decisions based on that. Like, being cowardly but kind, basically. Um and then maybe next Friday I'll play either Final Fantasy 16 or Beastie Ball. Like that way I won't be um um that way I won't be one of tens of thousands of streamers playing Final Fantasy 16 tonight. Um I'll just be one of thousands of streamers playing Final Fantasy 16 next week. I wonder actually. I wonder Final Fantasy 16. Oh, I see. It doesn't show me how many people are streaming it at this moment. At least not in the Oh wait, no, it kind of does because like it shows like 54.4 thousand people are watching Final Fantasy 16 being played right now. So I feel like those those people are all busy right now. I'm not really gonna. There won't really be additional people watching me play. At least not tonight. At least not today. Yeah. Yeah, I think you could say that the 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 amount of people playing through FF16 right now, the market's a bit saturated. What about the Beastie Ball demo? No one's streaming that right now. 11 whole people following that game being played. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll call it tonight. Guess I'll look at one more thing. Around the Blazing Blade. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I think that's tonight's stream. A factor is definitely also that I'm not like, like I said, I started the stream feeling a little under weather. I'm still not at 100%. So yeah, maybe this is the day that I rest my gams, rest my bones, and then I'll see you guys on Saturday for Street Fighter. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Hope that sounds good to you guys too. Yeah, thanks everyone that tuned in. Thanks everyone that watched me put this together. I think this honestly this final version of the stream schedule I'm really excited about. Yeah, I think this is a good list. Um yeah. Yeah, looking good, looking hot, looking tasty. Yeah. So tomorrow Street Fighter, Monday, um more Digimon Survive, Friday, uh something like something recent. Maybe Final Fantasy 16, maybe the BC Ball demo. Honestly, I'm leaning towards BC Ball. Like BC Ball feels like more me. I feel like it won't get as lost in the crowd. I'm really curious and excited about BC Ball. Yeah, so that's what I'm leaning towards right now, but we'll see what happens. If you know, if some Genesis games shadow drop on the eShop next Thursday, then I might just play those, you know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching. Hope me going early doesn't make you too sad. But I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow for some Street Fighter. Thanks for checking in. Thanks. Bye. Love you guys. Bye. Later. Street Fighter Saturday. Yeah. Yes. Bye.